drove for 2 hours to pick up 20 vintage textbooks. They belong to the parents of the man of whom I bought them from. This is part 4 of that vintage textbook haul. This one is Arithmetical Essentials, Book 3. It was copyrighted in 1921. It says it was intended for 7th and 8th grade. The contents include using graphs and problem solving, and protecting one's life and property. That one's interesting. Part 2 is Year 8, Economy and Thrift, how money earns money, trade and transportation, money and banking, savings accounts, investments. The book covers everything from compound interest to judging investments, mortgages, stocks, reading the stock markets. I would say that our 8th graders are quite far behind our grandparents and our great-grandparents. Most of us are behind our grandparents. Whew. We have the History of France, 1881. This is the new edition. And this one is super delicate, but it goes over the history of France. The next book is Literature in the Junior High School, Book 2. This one is copyrighted 1939. This one has a lot of instructions to the teacher, and we're seeing a move to more and more standardization by this period. It then has a schedule of when things need to be read, and it includes travel and adventure stories, study reading, Seekers of America for pleasure reading. This next one is definitely a fun one. It is Mathematics in Life. This one is published in 1937. It includes everything from measurement, constructions, drawing to scale, percents, uses of graphs, wise use of money, home and business arithmetic, formulas and equations. And this looks like it's used for high school. This would have been more helpful to me than trig, just saying. This next book I need to use gloves for because it's green. And historic books that were green often contained arsenic. This is one of my favorites from the book haul. The lectures were given in 1840. The book was published in 1841. It's by Eric Carlisle, and it's on heroes, hero worship, and heroic in history. It's full of beautiful lectures. It's adorable and little, and it could kill me. The next book is Graded Classics 4th Reader. Was published in 1902. It has authors from Henry Van Dyke to Rudyard Kipling and Charles Dickens. Inevitably, I always get one person who freaks out because there's not female authors represented. Well, there is one in this one. Now, like McGuffey readers and some of the other school readers, just because it says 4th on it doesn't mean that it was necessarily for 4th grade. However, in this case, it was meant for 9 to 10-year-olds, which would be 4th grade. However, today, it would be closer to, middle school or older. It has Kipling, and even some adults struggle with Kipling because we have become idiots. The last book in the book haul I will share in a different video, and it's actually one of my favorites.